Tourism recognition for Thomas Hill.
Hi Tom, nice to meet you. Dave from A10 Electrical. Congratulations again on winning the 30 Under 30 eFix Awards for 2024.
Thanks very much.
Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself for people that maybe don't know you?
Yeah.
Maybe to give yourself a bit of exposure.
Yeah, so I'm Tom Hill, based out of Northampton. I work for Eon Line and Grid. We primarily so our team does commercial EV installations, anywhere from sort of like a bundle of 10 up to 600, if not more. We do DC charging as well, and we're due to go into HV soon, so we'll be fitting our own substations, stuff like that. I started my electrical career, so I worked for a guy who did HVAC, heating control, stuff like that at the age of 13. So when I wasn't at school or during the school holidays, I'd be working with him. I was really fixated on sort of the control systems behind that, and it was recommended that I went and did an electrical course. So did that, and then sort of worked when I wasn't at college, gaining more experience. ST Electrics offered me an apprenticeship, and they were excellent. I did everything from domestic right up to heavy industrial and everything in between. So I feel as though I gained an amazing amount of experience through them. And then I left them once I completed my apprenticeship, did subcontracting for about 2 years, working at different firms, trying to find my feet. And then a mate of mine, Ollie, who was EV supervisor at Eon, said, why don't you come and try this? Then I've not looked back since. It's been one of the best things I've done.
Amazing. Sounds like you've had a lot of people give you a bit of guidance and sort of help along the way, which I guess is going to be great in sort of your career to come to be able to impart that knowledge and also do something similar for the people that are going to be coming up through the ranks.
For sure. Like I see myself in a very fortunate position with the experience I've had. If I can, even if I can help one person, I feel as though that's my duty done. I'd like to help a lot more. I've got my own career aspirations. I'd like to become a project manager, maybe get a degree in like building engineering or something like that. One step at a time.
One step at a time.
There's no point in rushing through things. I don't think you don't become a really good Spartan until you've done at least 10 years in industry. That would be my opinion. I'm sure there are people who are less experienced who are just as good as that, but I think you need 10 years sort of dotting yourself around industry to really gain crucial experience.
Oh, no, I completely agree with that. You've got to have a very good fundamental understanding of your profession, and obviously
of course, yeah.
in what you're doing, by the sounds of it, is like high voltage and sort of like working in the commercial sector. That doesn't get picked up in
high
something
voltage
in college.
in the future, that's,
in the coming sort of period. But that's something that, as what we was just talking about, is something that's ever learning. You're never going to know everything. It's always changing. The regulations are updating.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, how would you feel about obviously the nomination of being able to put someone else forward that might be, in some similar situation to where you was maybe 3 years ago?
Yeah. So there's one lad who's recently joined our team who, he's 18 years old and he's very mature for his age. And the way he's going, I'll probably nominate him next year. If he's been with us probably a month now, and he's got this keen eye for detail, and he wants to learn. He absorbs it. He's a real good lad, and I think the rate he's going, I'd like to see him up there next year. I think.
Amazing. Well, there is a lot of people out there, and you've got to look out for the ones that are like sponges. They just soak in all of the information. You seem like you've got a lot that you want to give, and hopefully he's going to be reciprocating and just take that in and sort of learn and adapt. And you never know. I always say that I want the people that I'm training to be better than me.
Exactly. It's
you always aspire
you.
that to other people to want to be doing bigger and better things than what even you're doing now.
Yeah, exactly. If he can go on to be better than me, then I think I've done my job. I've fulfilled my duty as his mentor.
Yeah.
I can only hope for the best.
How do you feel about obviously having people like Luceco and eFix behind you, giving you sort of advice and sort of the confidence to want to go out there and hopefully it's giving you that extra step to go towards this project management sort of side of things with this extra CPD and stuff?
For sure, it's great that there's brands out there that are willing to invest a hell of a lot of money into sort of the unknown. Do you know what I mean? They could go into the best marketing possible, but they focus on the industry that they serve, and that is really crucial in my opinion. You've got a lot of brands out there who just do marketing, and they don't really care about their products as well, and they don't care about the engineers who install their products. There's quite a big EV firm in the UK who are like that. I won't name names, but yeah, they're very well known. and Luceco are the complete opposite. So, but the Luceco group are the complete opposite. It takes a lot to do this.
No, I completely agree with you. Have you felt the love and the care and, sort of the support that they've given you has been invaluable to sort of your continued sort of learning and sort of like the CPD and sort of development?
Yeah, absolutely. It's great what they do. And today has really opened my eyes. I didn't quite realise how much they do, but today, yeah, I'm wowed by it. You don't realise how big they are, and the broadness of the market they cover is phenomenal.
No, it is very good. Well, do you have somebody, well, obviously you mentioned you've got somebody in name. You're going to tell them who they are when you get back, or are you going to leave it as a surprise for maybe next year when they get a nomination come through?
I think if he watches this, he'll know. There's two of them, so yeah, one's a bit older, one's a bit younger. So I might nominate both of them. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, they carry on the way they're going. They're setting the world on fire as it is. So, more to them.
Listen, the more people you nominate, the more chance they've got of sort of coming through. Luckily, I was lucky enough last year to have 2 winners in my own company.
Right.
Yeah, thank you very much. But it's a great thing to sort of have as a feeling, just to know that they're getting the same acknowledgement as what you have for sort of your
it's nice
stand and sort of commitment to it.
It's nice, and I'd say if I can reciprocate, then
yeah,
all the more better.
Cool. Before you go, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to? Somebody that maybe has made a massive impression in your career as sort of starting out, whether that's an apprentice or as a sort of a qualified person pushing you to go where you are now, such as like Ollie as an example?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got quite a lot. So there'd be Simon Tyso, Tyler Carter, Ollie Marriott, Dave Overson, Chris Benton, and Carl Betterson. They've all been amazing and really helped me step in my career, so I owe them a lot.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for your time today, mate. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Dan.
And best of luck with the career going forward.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.